Android application is going to help us to create one complete ecosystem where if the device is connected to the internet, what I'll be able to do is I'll be able to control the fan anywhere from the world. So I'll be able to take the data, I'll be able to send the data to the microcontroller using the mobile application, and I'll be able to read that data in the embedded system design, and I'll be able to do. So now in today's session, what we will be learning is we are going to learn how do we create an Android application. In tomorrow's session, what we will do, we will just slowly move our Android application towards this embedded system design, and we will create an application where we will be able to interact with an embedded system using the application what we are making. Okay, so that is what this 2 days agenda that is going to be. So before I start my session, I just wanted to know that how many are going to me. So how many are going to try it with simultaneous with me? It is an online platform. You no need to download anything from your end. So what you have to just do is you have to just have a browser. It is an online platform. So I just wanted to know that how many of you are going to just simultaneously try the thing and understand how it is working. I think almost all. Why I am asking this question in the sense, I'll just go very slow so that I'll be able to make you to give you some time to do the things from your end. So that is what I'm going to do. So that is my first question. Second question is how many are having an experience in creating an Android application in your previous time or something like that. So how many are having an experience in creating an Android application in any medium? If you have experience, you can put yes or you can put no. Okay. Then the third question is how many are aware of MIT App Inventor? How many are aware of MIT App Inventor? So here we are going to use this MIT App Inventor to create an Android application. Okay, so the platform what we'll be learning is MIT App Inventor. So this is some third-party app inventor. It is not a traditional way of creating an Android application. It is a third-party platform where you'll be allowed and you'll be able to create an Android application using a minimalistic design and minimalistic coding blocks. Okay, so it is a very simple, easy platform. So this is what we are going to use it in our today's class. So you can just open the browser and just type MIT App Inventor. So it will automatically search, and the first link whatever you have is your MIT App Inventor. Just click on that. So this is the MIT App Inventor. So this is the platform. So I hope I'm audible to everyone. million users are available, and lot of uh, someone has raised their hand. If you have any doubts, please post it in the chat box so that I'll be able to clear it. Deepak, uh, it will be intimating us so that we have to stop our flow in between and just try to answer your question. If it is necessary, then you can use that, or else you can just put it in the chat box. And someone is asking some doubts. Shivangi, please get the contact details which was displayed in the posters when you registered for this uh, internship program. You would have got one poster, right? In that same poster, you have the contact details. You can just contact them. Okay, now we will jump into this platform. This MIT App Inventor platform was created or developed by MIT University. So they were the one who developed this. So it is a very easy way or easy platform where you will be able to create, design, and deploy the apps using this MIT App Inventor platform. So this is not a traditional way of creating an Android application. This is an just prototype level making. So, but still it has all the functionality where the traditional way of Android application development can be done. So now what you can do is click on create app so that it will redirect and it will just let you to go for you. It will be empty. So that time what you can do is click on the start new project so that you'll be having it will be asking you for one new name. So here I'm going to give it as batch 10 and click OK. So automatically that project name will be created and it will redirect you to this kind of page. So here, before we look into the user interface of this MIT App Inventor, I just wanted to explain you something which is little bit of basic. So whenever a person wants to create any Android application or any software, he need to have the design first. First, any company or any industry you take, whenever they wanted to create any Android application or any software under any platform, what they do is there will be a design team who will be sitting and designing the app or the software how it should look to the users who are going to use it. Maybe like now we are going to be the developer or we are going to be the designer who is going to design any app, and that design whatever I create is going to be viewed by the users who is going to use it. So I should be conscious about my design. Okay, so for example you take WhatsApp and Instagram or WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger. In WhatsApp you will be able to see the design and you will be able to see the design in Facebook Messenger. The difference in both the applications are different, right? The color scheme used in the Facebook Messenger is different, and the color scheme which is being used in the WhatsApp is different, and the functionality which is being used in the uh, Facebook Messenger is different, and the functionality in WhatsApp is different. But many features are available in Facebook Messenger. Many other different features which is not available in the Facebook Messenger is present in WhatsApp, and WhatsApp is having an encrypted messaging service, and Facebook is having a secured messaging service. So both are having its own differences. But here the similarity is both are meant for messaging apps. So whole core idea of both the apps or both the things fall under the same category where they are an messaging application. So when they are a messaging application, but you see, according to the designers and according to the developers, the application looks different in one is like a backend part, which is like a backend coding. Third is like database, where all this front end and backend data will be stored. So as of now, what we are going to do is in these 2 days, we are not going to learn anything about this database. We are just going to learn something about front end and the back end. Why? Because we are not going to create any application which is meant to be used only in the mobile phones. We are going to create an application which is meant to interact with the embedded system and which will try to send data to an embedded system design and receive an data from an embedded system design. Only these two things we are going to use or we are going to learn. So now what we are going to do is we will be learning only front designer part and only and back end designing part. Only these two things we are going to learn. So you see here, this is the platform which is available here. In this platform, we are breaking down this platform into two different windows. One is your front end designer window, and one is your back end coding window. So here, what we have landed up here is a designer window where here we are going to create our design where our users are where our users will be looking into. Then at the right top we have an option called as blocks. Click on this blocks. So this is the place where we are going to write the code, and we are going to have this code which is written for the design whatever you make in the designer part. So designer part is your front end part which is called as UI designing, and block part is your back end part which is called coding. So these two are the major blocks which is available in this MIT App Inventor. So now what do? You just go into a supermarket. So in the supermarket outside you'll be having the trolleys where you'll be taking those trolleys and you get inside the supermarket, and whatever the groceries you need, you just try to buy those groceries, take those groceries. In some of the groceries will be having the product description, manufacturing date, all those details will be printed. You just try to check all those details and things, and you just whatever is feasible and whatever is in need, you just try to put it in the trolley. After buying those, after collecting all those needed groceries, you just come back to the checkout part, and there you just check out, scan all the products, and you get the bill. Then you just pay the bill. Then you come back to the home and you just start using the groceries, whatever is in need, right? So this is the scenario. Now I'm going to relate this scenario with this blocks, and I'm gonna teach you. Okay. So now you see here there is a window called as pellet. So this is called this window is like your supermarket where all the components which is needed to create an Android inside your viewer window, the components whatever you have dragged and dropped will be listed in this components window. Okay, so this is like a supermarket where all the components will be available. So you can just drag and drop it in the viewer window. In the viewer window, it is gonna be showing you how does it look for the users, like how does it looks whenever you install this app inside your mobile phone and check. So it is gonna partially show you how does it look once you install this application in your mobile phone. Okay, that is what it is gonna showed in the viewer window. Then in a components window, it is going to help you to list whatever is being dragged and dropped from this palette to this viewer window. So that is the component window. Then after that, what we have is after that we have something called as properties. As I told you, whenever you buy any products, you will be having the details and the manufacturing dates. Then you'll be having the preparation methods and all those things printed in the products whatever you buy, or the groceries whatever you buy, right? So like that, whatever components you drag and drop, each component is going to have its own properties. Those properties are going to be listed in this properties. You will be able to modify this properties. So that is this whole thing which is available here. So now what you can do is, if you have any doubts in understanding this, post it in the chat box. I'll just try to explain it again, or else we'll continue with the next thing. Okay, components window is nothing but which is gonna list whatever you have dragged and dropped from this pellets to this viewer window. So someone has asked, can you please explain me the function of this components window? This components window is going to carry the number of components what you have dragged and dropped from this pallet into this viewer. It is like your grocery bill, which will be having the list of components what you have purchased from the supermarket, something like that. Okay, is it clear for everyone? So you can just put the chat in the chat box whether you are clear or not. Okay, so this is the description or this is the explanation of this thing. So here you have one more module below to that, which is called as um, media. This media is nothing but if you wanted to use any images or any photos or any videos which is of your own image or which is of your own videos or which is of your own sound, you will be able to upload those media into this media portal, and you will be able to use that media in your application whatever you are going to create. So for that we have one more medium where you'll be able to upload your own medias into this Android application development. So this is the designer window. Now I'm going to explain the blocks window. So if I click on this blocks, you see here there are two windows available. One is blocks and one is viewer window. So here we are going to develop the code what we are going to design in the designer block. So after designing, if you are coming back here and if you are coding, all those codes are available in this blocks window. Maybe like you see, I click in the control, I have the list of blocks available here. If I click on text, I have list of blocks available. I'll just try to explain this components which is being available here in whenever we are creating the application. So here we will be able to drag and drop it inside this viewer window, and we will be able to do the programming. So we no need to type the programming here. We just need to drag the code blocks which is available inside this blocks and put it inside the viewer window. So it means that we are just dragging and dropping the codes. We are not just typing the codes. So once you drag and drop, you will be able to delete this code. Just drag, move it into this dustbin which is available there. Bin, so it will directly delete the things which is not necessary from your viewer window. So this is the information all about designer and the block window. And there are some things which is being left out. So those things I'll be teaching you once we start creating the applications and once we start running the things. That time I'll be explaining you and I'll be telling you how we'll be able to do it. So now what we are going to do is we are going to create an application and we are going to design it for it. So first app what we are going to do is we are going to create two buttons. The aim of the first application is we are going to create two buttons. After creating those two buttons, I am going to have one field below to that button. So I'm going to name the buttons whatever I create as some name, maybe like one button I'm going to name it as red color, and I'm going to name the second button as blue color. So if I click on that red button, I want the field which is available below to that red button should change to red color. So what I will do is to make you understand, I'm going to open a paint block and I'm going to design my first design in that. Okay, so it is not that you have to design only in paint. It is up to the user. User can design it using any platform of designing. So it is up to the users. So now I'll just share my window. So see here, this is the paint. I'm going to create this application. So first let me select one block. So assume that this is your mobile screen. Okay, assume that this is your mobile screen. So here, this is how you are going to, here only you are going to make the application. So what was my aim? I want to create two buttons. So how I'm going to again click on the square button. So I want my buttons to be in rectangle. So I have created one button one, and I have created the button two as second, which is adjacent to each other. Okay. Someone has asked me how to open this window. This is just a paint block. You can just touch it in your Windows Paint. You will be getting this paint option. This is in Paint, which is available in your Microsoft. It is a normal paint window. Is everybody clear in that? I'm just opening a paint block. This paint is available in everybody's PC, I hope. Do you have any doubts in that? Okay, so as of now, I've created two buttons. So as I told you, the button one is adjacent to button two. Then below to that, I'm going to have one field. So I'm going to have it as a rectangle field. So now what I will do to make you explain, let me select one paint block and I'll just select the red color. So I wanted to name the first button as red and I want to name the second button as blue. So now if I click on red button, then this field should change to red color. If I click on this blue button, this field should change to blue color. So if I again click on this red button, what it should do? Again, this field should change to red color. So this is the aim, or this is the function of the app what we are going to make it for the first application. Okay, so now this is my design. So if I tell any user or any of you to design it again, what you will do, maybe like I will only design you one more design. If I tell you people to do it, you'll be having this as your screen. You'll be having this as your screen. So now if I tell you to do the buttons, what you will do, someone can draw the button at the center, then they will draw second button below to the button itself, and you will be able to draw the rectangular field which can be available below to that. So this is one of the designs you can make. So if I tell any other people to design it, what they will do, they will again drag on button. Then after putting the buttons, they will be able to create a square button. Instead of creating a rectangle button, they'll be able to create a square button, so which will look like a square. Then after creating a square button, they'll be able to create one field which is below to each other. So it depends on the user. So any user can make any design. But here my design is going to be two buttons adjacent to each other, then one field. According to the button, whatever I select, this field should change its own color. So that is what I think. So I'm going to follow this middle design only. So it is up to you to do any design, and it is up to you to follow any design. So if there are any doubts in this till now, if you have any doubts, you can just tell me. I'll be able to. Srinidhi, you have asked like, can you upload the presentations in the Google Classroom? So I don't think so. I'm not going to follow any presentations from my end for Android application. So if any other presentations are being followed by other trainers, they'll be definitely uploading those presentations in the Classroom. So that will be definitely done from the other trainer. From my end, I am not going to use any presentation. I'm just going to give you the thing. I will make sure that I'll just do it on hands-on, so that you will be able simultaneously learning how to create this applications from here. And also I'll give this time. I'll just show you. I'll make you to show the output. All those things I'll do it. Don't worry. That design. Someone has asked me, do we have any quiz test? I'm not sure about the other trainers. From my end, you'll be having an assignment. I'll just give you one assignment. You have to complete that assignment, or you have to just create that Android application, whatever is been given as an assignment, and you have to submit. So that will be there from the Android application from my end. I'm not sure about the other topics. I'll just tell the other trainers to tell you at the date end. So they'll be letting you know at the date. Ravali Reddy something. I'm not, if I'm pronouncing any of your name wrong, so I'm sorry for that. Please try to manage with my pronunciations. I'm sorry for that. Okay. Shall we continue? Okay. Uh, what? Where were we? Okay. We are just going to replicate the design whatever we have made using this paint application. So for that, as the aim tells, we need two buttons, and those two buttons should be adjacent to each other. One thing. Then below to that, I need a field where I'll be able to change the color of the field. Okay. So now you see in the palette there are a lot of components. In that I have to search for a name called as buttons. So the first option, whatever I have is button. I'm just clicking on that button, dragging and dropping it in the screen. Then again, I don't want one single button, I want two buttons. So I'm going to drag and drop one more button. So I have dragged and dropped two buttons. You see, whatever I have drag and drop in this component, you see, you will be able to see the number of components, whatever I have drag and drop, which is available here in this component. So now we are going to just set the properties of the screen and the button, everything. Then we will move on with the next part. So now you see here, there are different components available here, and the property, this whole screen's property I'm going to set. Then I'm going to set the properties of button 1 and button 2. So let's go one by one. So I am going to set the properties of screen 1. In that screen 1, you see the properties. First property is about screen. So if you wanted to write any comments about this screen 1, you will be able to write the comment whatever you want in this about screen. So which is going to be like a comment for this screen 1. So maybe like you people know, whenever you write C programming or C++ programming, you just put slash slash. Or so what was the aim? Whenever I click on the button, red button, the field color should change to red color, and whenever I click on the blue button, then the field color should change to blue color. So now the working is clicking on button 1 and clicking on button 2. So I have to go and search for where is the button 1 in this block. You see here, previously when I showed you, only till screen you were having the components. This horizontal arrangement, button 2, button 1 and but field were not available. So once you drag and drop it inside this viewer window, it will automatically update in the components. And here also it will update in the blocks window, where you will be able to create the things, and you'll be able to use those blocks. So as of now, the first part is we are going to write a block. So the aim is whenever you click on button 1, then it should automatically change the background field color to red color. So how will I achieve that? So see here, there is one option called as button 1 under this blocks part. Click on this button 1. You have the first option which is called as when button 1 dot click. So when this block will get activated, when in your application, once you install this application in your mobile phone, and once you click on this button 1, then this button will get activated. This block will get activated. What is the name of the block? When button 1 dot click. Whenever you click on that button 1, this block will get activated. So if this block gets activated, what it should do? So that is what the empty, we call this as cavities. So that is what a cavity available here. Whenever you click on the button, what it should do. So as of now, what we should do, we should change the field color, right? So since we have to change the field color, I'm going under the blocks part, search where the field is, click on this field. Here you'll be having a lot of blocks available here. So we will not be able to explain you all the blocks. So whatever blocks is available, we will explain you. So that is going to help you to understand how to create an application. So in this, you have one option called as set field dot background color to. So see here, there is one option called as set field dot background color to. You can drag that. So this set field dot background color, you can put it inside the do part. So whenever you click on the button 1, what it should do, it should set the field dot background color to some color. So here one more cavity is available. Here you have to pick the color, which color it should change. So for the color, what we can do is again go back to the blocks part. You have one option called as colors. Click on this colors. You'll be having a lot of colors available here. So here we are going to take the color of red. So here what we will do, we will be able to change the field color to red color. When it will change the field color to red color, whenever you click on the button 1, that time the field background color will change to red color. So now same way, if I click on the button 2, where is button 2? Again go and search for button 2, click on that. There you'll be having one more block called when button 2 dot click. So take this block and put it over here. So here you will be able to see this is button 1 and this is button 2. So whenever you click on button 2, what you should do, same thing you have to do. You have to set the background color, move towards this field, click on this field, search for set field dot background color to option, drag this option, put it inside the do block. Once you put it inside this do block, you will be able to fix the color for that. You know where the color is available. Click on the colors block and take the blue color and fix it in the colors block. So whenever now you click on this button one, that time will be your field color will change to red color, and whenever you click on this button two, the field color will change to blue color. So here you see there are two warnings. One block is available where if you have dragged and dropped any unnecessary blocks, here you'll be having some warning. So if there is a warning, that is not a problem. You will be able to compile the code and you'll be able to see the output. But you have one option called as into mark, which is like you have some errors. So it is a real-time error detector. So you no need to compile to detect the errors. Once you drag and drop only, it will just tell you whether you have any errors or not. So this block is this, if this into mark is having some numbers which is mentioned next to it, if it is having 5 or 6 or something, that means those many errors you have made, you have to rectify those errors in order to compile the code and see the output. Okay, so this is what two things available here. Then you have here one center align. If you click on that, the code blocks will be center aligned. If you want to zoom or if you want to zoom out, you'll be able to use this plus and minus. Then if you want to delete anything, you'll be able to delete it. And there is something called as baggage available here. This baggage, I'll try to explain it to you little bit later. How to set the color, someone is asking. So see here, go to the colors block. There you'll be having lot of colors. You will be able to drag these colors and put it inside the cavity which is available in the set field dot background color too. So this is how you will be able to set the colors. So do you have any doubts in creating or dragging and dropping this codes? If you have any doubts, let me know. I will clear your doubts and then show you how to see the output. Okay. So now how we will be able to see the output in the sense, you have, see at the top you have my project. In my project you have lot of options available there. Then next to that you have connect option. There are a lot of options available in the connect option. Next to that you have one option called as build. So if you click on this build, you have two options available. One is app provide QR code for APK. So this will provide you one QR code where you will be able to scan that QR code, download the application directly in your mobile phone and check whether the app is working or not. One thing. And second thing is app save.apk to my computer. There is second option that if you click on that save apk to my computer, what it will do is it will directly save the application in your mobile phone. Then physically you will be able to connect your mobile phone with your PC and copy that APK into your mobile phone, and you'll be able to install the application and you'll be able to see it. I recommend you to go for the first one, which will help you to see the QR code. You'll be able to scan the QR code and you'll be able to see it. So now what you can do is you can scan this QR code. Once it is generated, you will be getting the QR code. You can scan this QR code, download the app, and you will be able to check whether it is working or not. So now you can just try this and let me know whether it is working or not. So once you get this QR code, you see there is one link available here. Either you can use this link to download the application. So see here, you will be able to use this link to download, or else